My name is Deborah Reid and I'm the manager of Manor Park Community Children's Centre. A children's centre is well placed to provide health advice and support for children and their families. The first 5 years of a child's life is really the foundation on which their future health is built. So part of our job is to try and make this time of their life as healthy as possible. We start at antenatal care through to breastfeeding support and early years, identifying and providing help and support wherever it's needed. I believe that fresh ideas can lead to new ways of tackling old and existing problems, and that it is to everyone's benefit to ensure Newham's children are as healthy as possible. Every aspect of a child's health is supported, not only their physical development, but also their emotional and social resilience and skills. We not only support the health of the children, but also their family, as the environment in which a child is raised is also important. Healthy parents and carers will pass on their positive lifestyle choices to their children. At Manor Park, our programs include our new Being Fit program. Our communities are very diverse with different approaches to physical activity. By taking into account people's individual needs, we are hoping to encourage our families to become more physically active. Smaller steps can lead to lasting changes. We also have a team of family support workers who liaise with our colleagues in health and children's services so that the individual needs of each family are met and nobody is left behind. Children's centres are the hub of the community for families and the best way to get healthy messages out from the very start of a child's life. 50 Steps is a great way to involve individuals, professionals and organisations. Everyone has a part to play, and I believe a responsibility to ensure that every child in Newham has a healthy start in life.
Did you know that about 2,500 two-year-olds in Newham have a right to a free part-time early education place? If you earn less than £16,190 a year or are in receipt of certain benefits, you may be eligible for free early education and childcare.
When children come to preschool, we find that it helps with their school readiness because it gives them a wide range of language opportunities and it develops their social skills for playing with other children.
Every child is different. They all need a different needs as well. So I just ask when the parents come to visit me, we talk and find out what they need.
Actually, he's become more independent and he's more friendly to other people outside the family, and he can actually eat independently, something he never used to do at home.
She's been coming home with new nursery rhymes that I don't even know, and she's encouraging her brother and sisters to sing the new nursery rhyme that she's been coming here from preschool.
The children enjoy going in the garden, exploring what's around them, water tray, riding their bikes, going in a mud kitchen.
Give your child the best start in life with Newham.
Hello everybody, and a warm welcome to all of you today that have joined us for the Supporting Children During the Pandemic workshop. So some of you, if you're returners in that you've attended previous workshops, a warm welcome to you. And if you're new to this, another warm welcome. Thank you for coming today, and hopefully we'll be able to see you again joining our future sessions. So as I said, today's session is focused on supporting children during the pandemic, and we'll be focusing from 0 up to 10 years of age. So last week we focused on the teenagers, which was 10 and above, but today is devoted to the 0 to 10-year-olds range. Next week we'll be talking about how you keep maintaining your health and your well-being taking care of yourself so that you are able to take care of your children. But today is on the 0 to 10-year-old range. Thank you. So before we get into it, I just want to pause for a moment and introduce you to the concept of early help. So some of you might be wondering, what is early help? Early help really means support. So when we talk about early help are a number of services or agencies that are available to support you when you need it. So we help you to identify the right support at the right time. So how can I get that support if I need it? As you can see on this page, I've identified a range of services. So you've got the GP, your GP, you've got community leaders, children's centres, childcare providers, anyone like that, your school, your child's school, you could contact them and talk about some of the issues or difficulties that you might be experiencing. But the good thing about it, you can go to anyone within your community, people that you already know, and they will help you. Next page, please. So what kind of things could people support you with? So I've made a list of some of the things that may be going on for you right now. So I've got things like housing. I know some of you already posted that you'd like some support around housing. And we had a session about that a couple of weeks ago. And we're quite happy to send that information to you again so that you have all the links and the telephone numbers if you need some support around housing. But many of you might be having difficulties with money or debt or rent arrears. You may have lost your job, unfortunately, during the pandemic. There may be immigration issues, or you could be new to the area and you haven't got any family or friends close by. It might be that you're experiencing arguments and rows within your family between family members or siblings. Or it could be that you're worried about your child who may have been excluded from school, or there's behavior concerns. So I've made a list of a couple of things here that you may feel, yeah, I need some support with that. So what I would say in the first instance, if you go to the next page, is to talk to those people that you already know. So if you know of your local children's centre, and lucky enough today, we're going to be talking more about the work of the children's centre, you may want to pop along there and ask for some support, or you could contact them via phone. Or if you're concerned around the health needs, as you would normally do when you're not feeling well, talk to your GP, say that you want some early help and say what you need support with. Or you could talk to your midwife or a health visitor. Again, you could talk to the school, and when you're talking to school, ask for the safeguarding lead or the family support worker, because a lot of schools do have that in place. And just say, can I talk to you privately about what's going on for me right now? But I would encourage you all to continue talking and don't keep it to yourself. Please, we're here to help. Next page, please. Lastly, I just wanted to alert you to our family information service and send local offer page. So if you do have access to internet, I would advise you to go to www.families.newham.gov.uk. Why do I want you to go there? Because it has a list of services and agencies that are available in Newham. And it also has some advice about what you can do for different parts of the system. So for example, there's a page on things you could do in your local area. If you have children under the age of 5, you go to early years. If there's concerns around education, it has a list of all the schools there and contact numbers. If you have a child with additional needs, there's some really useful tips and advice, as well as other services that can support you. So really encourage you to check that out. Next page, please. So now we're going to spend a few moments looking at the 0 to 5 years range and see what's available. Over to you, Ghazala.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to speak to you guys about our children's centres that focus on 0 to 5 years. If we go on to the next slide. Right, so some of you may already have been to our children's centres. So if you don't already know, children's centres in Newham offer various different services and activities for children. We want every child to have the best start in life. The service is free. all you need to do is register, and in an ideal world without COVID, you would normally get a card. But at the moment, we just register you so that you can continue accessing these services. The children's centers have something called a universal offer, which is a free offer that everybody can access at any time. At the moment, those services are offered on Zoom. So things include like access to childcare. So if you have a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old that needs to access a nursery, children's centers can support you to apply for the appropriate funds and to find the best nursery or the closest nursery to you. We offer stay and play sessions or targeted sessions, and we focus on, your child's development. It can be around speech, it can be about physical movement, it can be about reading. So the support is really, really grand in various different ways, looking at your child's entire development. Then we have parenting support within our children's centres, looking at what parents feel they need to work on to make things better. Then we also offer support around volunteering and support you to find work. And also we work with our health visitors very closely to support families around health and well-being. So I've put the link at the bottom of this page, so you can actually go on that link and you will see the list of children's centres and also all the universal services they currently provide. Next slide, please. Within all our children's centres, we have a team of family support workers. If you've never accessed family support in children's centres, the family support workers are always there to work with you, to support you when you're finding things difficult and you want extra support. And we're there to help you overcome your difficulties and be happy and more comfortable. We don't want any family to struggle on their own. We're always there as children's centres. We will make sure we look at all the different needs of your families, and we want to make sure you feel supported. So things that come within family support work is that somebody will work with you for about 3 to 6 months sometimes. We look at parenting, we look at employment and finance, we look if you need access to like a food bank or baby clothing or clothing for yourselves. We give general advice, mental health support, domestic abuse support, and also support you with your child's development as well. Next slide, please. So if you're at all sitting at home, you're on your, you're sitting at home, you're worried, you're not sure about things, or you just want someone to speak to, please contact us. I've provided here the list of all of our children's centres in Newham, so please email Strengthening Families to get a copy of this. So please contact us if you're feeling stressed, anxious, if you want support with anything, because we're always there to listen to you and to support you. You can also always speak to your health visitor, GP, nursery, or childminder as well. So we have 11 children's centres in Newham, and they're divided within 8 neighbourhoods. So the list goes as Altmore Children's Centre, we have Beckton and Royal Docks Children's Centre, we have Edith Kerrison, we have K Row Children's Centre, Keir Hardy, Manor Park, Maryland Children's Centre, Oliver Thomas, Plaistow, and Rebecca Cheetham. Next slide, please. Right, we also have Early Start, who's one of our teams that actually offers parenting groups and parenting support. So Early Start has different kinds of parenting groups. So we focus on the 0 to 5-year-olds, and within the 0 to 5 age bracket, they offer Triple P, which is Positive Parenting Program. They offer early communication workshops. So if you want support to improve your child's speech and language and communication, they offer toilet training support. They offer support around bedtime routines, and they also offer baby massage courses. These services are always available to you. So I have put the link and you can go on there, and as a parent, you can self-refer. If you're not sure, you can also speak, to a health visitor or to your GP, and they can refer you if you need that. Like I've said, earlier on, please don't feel like, you need to continue staying at home and, when you find things difficult, we are always there to support. and help you improve things. I'm a parent. I know some days parenting is really, really hard. I work in a children's center, and I know sometimes I've had to really rethink to see something's not working. Do I need to change my strategies? And sometimes I even need to reach out to my colleagues and just say, I'm a bit stuck at home. You know, my child's not listening to me, or bedtime has become really difficult since he's turned 19 months. So, you know, we're there. We want to work with you. We want to support you as best as we can. Next slide, please. Right. So alongside children's centers, we have our health visiting team. So if you require support from your health visiting service, school health service, or family nurse, please contact the numbers that we have provided below. And there's also a link that we've provided that will take you to our 0 to 19 health service in Newham. They are also providing other services, which includes breastfeeding support. They're offering breastfeeding workshops to new mums, or if you're a second-time mum and breastfeeding is not going as smoothly, you know, they're there to offer you guidance. And they're also offering some advice and support around childhood illnesses and injuries, and how to make sure, you know, you're doing the right things in case of illnesses and injuries. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Ghazala. I was thinking when you're talking about the breastfeeding, and I remember when I had similar problems with the breastfeeding, I really struggled. But what really helped me was when I spoke to my health visitor, and she was like, don't worry, a lot of mums have the same problem. And I found that so reassuring, you know, because you do feel like that.
And Dawn, I'm an early help. I did the breastfeeding training in Newham as part of the children's centres. So when I had my little one, I found breastfeeding really difficult. And I was telling the health visitor at the start, oh, I'm a breastfeeding champion. But I struggled with that so much. And it was just so nice to be able to reach out to someone. None of us know it all. So we always need to reach out to each other to make things better. No one's alone.
Yeah, I mean, to all the parents out there, a lot of you might think, oh, yeah, but you're professional, you should know.
No.
The difference is we ask for help. So I would encourage you all to ask for help when you need it.
Yeah,
Get off your chest.
Yeah, and just remember, I know that during COVID, you know, children's centres might not be physically open like they used to. You can't just, you know, just walk into the door, but they are there. If you need help, pick up the phone, you know, give them a ring and just say, you know, I'm really stuck, I need some help. If they don't have the answer, they will try their best to find the right person that can give you the right support.
Good advice. Thanks a lot. So now we're going to hear about early education offer. Ty, are you in the room?
I am indeed. I can't start my video because the host has stopped it though. Can you hear me?
I'll be putting it on. If you carry on, I'll put it on for you.
Okay. So, there I am. Great. Okay. Hello, everybody, and hopefully you saw the beginning of the whole presentation with the film about the 2-year-olds enjoying their nursery experience and their early years experience. So we're here to talk to you about that today. So I'm here with my colleague Richard, and we're going to be talking about funded early education entitlements. Next slide, please. So this slide says, welcome, we need you. And that's because parents are the best advocates for the early entitlements. We're all united in wanting the best things for our children and our families in Newham. So we need everybody to sort of be promoting it to their friends. If your child's already in a nursery or a childminder, you know, tell your friends about it, because we know that it is very beneficial for your child in terms of their health, their well-being, making friends, playing, learning to socialize. All of these things are really important. Can you press a couple of times more? Thank you. So Oh, sorry. We know that early education changes lives. There's lots of evidence and research that shows that children, really benefit from going to nurseries or childminders. And 71% of families who hear about their entitlements hear it from people like you, fellow parents and professionals together. So, they like to be told in person about the wonderful benefits of going and accessing a nursery or childminder place. Next slide, please. So early years in childcare, early learning and childcare can be accessed in home-based childminders if your child likes a sort of nice, homely, small environment, preschool groups or day nurseries, nursery schools and nursery classes in school. And there are also out-of-school childcare opportunities if you've got older children and you need care, wraparound care. Next slide, please. And again, yeah, you need to click it a few times. Thank you. Early education in childcare supports children to grow and develop and learn in readiness for school. So you might have heard this term before. It doesn't mean necessarily that, every child on day one, sits there ready for school. It just means that if they go to nurseries or childminder, they learn all the skills that get them ready to want to learn and to have a level of independence that means that they can access their school learning really effectively. And I go into lots of schools and talk to reception class teachers, and they all say if their child's been to nursery, it makes a huge difference. So it will help with children's health and well-being as well, because they're able to play in big expanses, with other children. It can help you because it can give you the opportunity for a bit of a respite, work or training. Next slide, please. The 2-year-old scheme, which we're going to talk about most, is really, really beneficial for children. It's a government initiative following research into early brain development, and it shows the importance of early education in improving equality. So some 2-year-olds can get free early education from the term after their 2nd birthday, but only half are taking up the offer, which is such a shame because nursery practitioners have the training in how to support children's play and learning at the best possible way for 2-year-olds. And, they're there for 15 hours and a week and can enjoy playing with their friends. Next slide, please, sorry. So do share messages of how wonderful nursery places are if your child goes to one, and recommend it to your friends. And if you're a professional listening in, please can you share the message with contacts with parents that you meet. Again, you can make contact with your local children's centres or contact me, so that your children's centres will be able to help you find a suitable nursery place, but also to apply for the schemes as well to get the free entitlements. And we also have a parent champion scheme. So if you'd like to talk to one of our parent champions or become a parent champion, then do contact us. And yeah, and any professionals out there, please let's work together on how we can raise awareness and participation in the funded early education places. Next slide, please. So just to sort of reiterate, the benefits for the child are their learning, play and new experiences, making friends and getting active, which supports their physical health and well-being. And the benefits for you can be work or respite, the opportunity to access training and help towards childcare costs. Okay, next slide, sorry. I'm going to pass you on to my colleague Richard, who will actually just very briefly tell you how you can be eligible and what you can do if you want to apply. Natalie, can you bring up Richard? Is Richard there? Okay. Ah, that sounds like Richard's on his way. Ah, there you go, Richard. Lovely. Can't hear you. Unmute.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, got there eventually. I'm just going to briefly go through what makes somebody eligible for these for the 2-year-old scheme. And because of the time we've got, I'm not going to go through every line on this slide. The slide will be sent to you afterwards. But if you see a benefit there that you think is you are accessing or could access, then you'll be able to do an online check using the link at the bottom there, newham.gov.uk/2-year-old. You just need to put in your national insurance number and a few personal details, and you'll get an immediate result to say whether you're eligible or not. So that's the first way in which somebody can join. That's if they're in one of the qualifying benefits. There are also some 2-year-olds who are eligible in their own right as a child in particular circumstances. So again, we have quite a long list of children in different circumstances there, which will make you eligible. For these ones, you don't do the online check. Sorry, could we just go back to that one for a sec? Thank you. So for these ones, you don't go to the online check. You need to contact us, as is shown at the bottom of the slide. And on to the next one. So we have a new group of children that we are trialling some places for at the moment. So these are children in need in the borough, so have been given that status. If that's the case, then again, we would need to be contacted and followed that process there. So that I've given you the criteria. These are the 3 different ways in which somebody could make an application. So there's the online check, which I mentioned at the beginning. So go to the website. Something which I have not mentioned yet, but some parents will receive, is something called a golden ticket. So we get sent a list of parents that are eligible from the Department for Work and Pensions 7 times a year, and if you're on that list, you'll get a letter from us, and you just do a simple online registration with the golden ticket online, and again you can access a place using that. And the third way is via a manual approval, where you contact us. Basically, though, the message is, if you're not sure, contact us and we'll advise you, which are the details at the bottom there. There's the short film I think you've already seen if you were here.
Yes, they saw that at the beginning. Yeah.
So we have a list of providers in the borough. There are there's no shortage of providers. There are schools, nursery schools, childminders and nurseries, all good or outstanding if they've had an Ofsted inspection. So they'll all be of good quality. And we also have some resources which, if English isn't your first language, you can access at the link there shown at the bottom of the page. There we have some contact details for the 2-year-old scheme and also for the other free entitlements. So there are other free entitlements for 3 and 4-year-olds. All 3 and 4-year-olds get 15 hours, every child in the country. And if both parents are working or a single parent is working, you might be able to get 30 hours as a 3 and 4-year-old. If you're thinking of accessing additional hours outside of any free hours, then you may be able to get some additional subsidy from various different schemes, and there's information about that is shown at those links there. I'm not sure that
So you've already heard about children's centres in the previous presentation, but this was just to say one of the other things that your local children's centre can help you with is accessing the scheme. So you can either contact us on the email we put in the presentation, or if you want, you can go and speak to one of the early education practitioners. So if you could go on to the next slide, please. So this gives all the children's centres that Ghazala, I think, mentioned, and the early education practitioner and their contact details. If you need to talk to somebody about your child starting a nursery, you can contact one of these professionals. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if there's any questions in the chat.
Thank you, Ty and Richard. There is a question here. Gulna, are you able to read out the question that was? I think there was one question that I saw.
Was that?
There was one question.
About the critical worker, is it?
Yes.
We've decided to do it privately. I think it's a specific circumstances. I'll email Richard the details and we can resolve it privately.
Lovely. And there was another question, really, I think you've reiterated on the slides anyway, about how to access the 2-year-old offer. There was somebody with a 2-year-old child, so they want to know how they do that. So if that person, all of you, just send an email to strengthening.families@newham.gov.uk, we'll be able to send the slides out to you, which will contain everything that you need to know. Okay, thank you, both of you.
That's okay. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks, Dawn.
Bye.
That's all right. Thank you. So now we're going to leave the 0 to 5 years and move on to the middle years, 5 to 10. So what we've managed to do is to pull together some activities that are available. Because as you know, next week is half term. So there won't be any kind of online learning for those of the older children. We're going to have to find something to keep them occupied. So, Gulna, did you want to do this one? Or?
Yes.
Yeah. Lovely.
Do we have the slides? Or hello, everyone. I'm Gulnur, and I was going to talk about the half-term activities, which is coming up in 2 days. Natalie, do we have the front page? Or is it?
Is that the
hello?
next slide? Hiya.
Hi, are you able to put the first page up so we have the nice colourful page? Basically,
Gulna, did you want me to finish this off first and then we go on to that?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were going to this one, don't worry. Okay, so what I've found is some wellbeing activities for families. So if you click on that link there, once you get the slides, Partnership for Children have a range of free resources for parents to help boost children's well-being and help them to find healthy ways to understand their feelings during the COVID-19 pandemic. They've got some really nice activities, you know, about how to deal with their worries in a child-friendly way. So if you click on that link, it should direct you to that website for all those resources. Next page, please.
I've clicked it, it's not moving, so bear with me 1 second, I'll just try and fix it.
These things happen sometimes, they're technical. But Gulna, this was very much hot of the press in terms of what Newham's doing at the moment, isn't it? The February half-term programme. So you know a little bit about it. Would you like to say a little bit while we're waiting for the slides?
Yes, February half term. So I'll start again. I'm Gulnur, and Newham has put together a booklet to list all the activities happening during the February half term, which is a PDF format, and it's in the website as well. And here we wanted to show you the first couple of pages to highlight the variety of activities available. Unfortunately, in current climate, we're not able to do many face-to-face work, and due to weather, it's not much an outdoors work as well. But there's loads available online, and once we get the IT issues resolved, we'll be able to see the first few pages And please go to the website and have a look at what's available and try to pick what's suitable to your child and their age group. It's from library sessions to children's centre sessions, or it's London-wide activities, for example, things happening in museums, a cert bank, and other activities looking after your well-being, questions answer about the COVID-related issues. So it's a really comprehensive booklet. It's about 60 odd pages, lists almost everything available during the half-term holiday. And I believe the intention is to produce something similar for Easter. So every holiday period, when you have moments and you think, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to keep my children busy? There is a list for you and you can pick and choose from that list. So I think what we'll need to do is to put the link to the chat and you can pick up from there. Otherwise, you can always go to newham.gov.uk webpage and search for February half-term activities. I've got it right. February half-term activities, and you should be able to see the publicity.
Lovely. Natalie, if you go to page 31, it should be there. There it is.
This is it. Yes, that's what it looks like. And the link is there as well. And if, as I said, it's very comprehensive. It looks from mental health, physical health, and also entertainment and fun during the half-term holiday.
Lovely. Okay, so that is hot off the press. I would advise you all to click on that link and have a look at the activities. I know I'll be looking at it because I have some children that are looking for something to do during the half-term break. So please have a look at the links that we shared with you. Natalie, if you could go back a little bit. Lovely. So now this is another useful link, again, that was created by Young Minds. So again, there's a list of resources available to support parents. Apparently, if you answer 6 questions on the website, they will then direct you to how you can support your child's mental health and well-being during the pandemic and beyond. Because one of the things that we're really worried about is children and young people having to be kept indoors, what the effect of the lockdown has been and will be for them. So whatever we can do to support them through this difficult time will be really helpful. So yeah, just click on that link and it will give you some more information. Next page. So I have mentioned about this before in previous sessions, but for those of you that are new, we have a Triple P parenting program for different ages. So we've got the Triple P for younger children, and we also have Triple P for teens, and we've got Triple P, which is the parenting program for children with additional needs. So where you're struggling to manage a child's behavior or the techniques that you're currently using isn't working, and you're like a little bit more around the strategies to use, I would really advise you to go onto that link and sign up to attend the online parenting program. Because of the pandemic, everything's online, which is actually much easier for you to go to. You don't have to take the bus or anything like that. And you get to meet with other parents who are in similar situations as yourself, so you can share ideas, talk about what you're going through, but also find out about different ways of dealing with the current issue that you may be having in terms of your parenting. Yeah, no shame with that. We all struggle, as we said, as I was talking about the breastfeeding, I think about that time, and it was really a traumatic time for me. But after I got the support, it really helped. It really helped. And I realized that I wasn't the only one going through that problem. So again, same thing with the parenting, just go on there, talk to somebody, and it should be getting better, hopefully, for you. Next page. So we have the Newham CAMS workshop. There's a link again for it. They're running a number of different workshops on different themes. So you may find something on there. I can see one right now saying managing behaviors that challenge, or bullying if you're concerned about your child being bullied. Again, they're running all the way up until end of March, I think, April, I think they've got some. So have a look at those. You might find them useful. Next page. And I found some other links to interesting things that I don't know if any of you have been to South Bank, is on the south side of the river, but they have an exhibition centre, but they're doing things for the younger children, so 0 to 5 in terms of sensory, but it's all online. And then you've got East London Dance that are running things for the older range, but it goes from 9 to 19 and doing online dance classes if you've got some really energetic children. And the other one that I like is Active Newham, that run all of our leisure centres. They've got an activity program and you have to sign up via Eventbrite. So there's activities for children, for parents, but also for older people. So they've got Tai Chi and yoga. So have a look at all of those. I'm just thinking of things that you could be doing with them, keep them occupied for next week. Next page. As we've talked about this one before, but please go on that link because that will give you an overview of everything that's available during this half term. So before we go, I just wanted to remind you, because we've done 3 of these workshops, that we have a further 4 going to happen. 4 or 5, isn't it? We've got the next one, which is taking care of yourself, which would be a nice session. So what I would say is take that hour for yourself and join us next week. We're going to be doing something really interesting and nice as parents, as fellow parents. And then we've got the support for children, young people with additional needs. So if you have a child that may have autism or any kind of disability or needs, that'll be a really good one to go to because it's going to cover 0 right up to 25. So knowing what's available in your local area that you can get a bit of support. Then we've got immigration support for families and how to protect your children online. One big ask I would ask all parents, if you have friends, neighbors with children, please tell them about these workshops, because this one in particular about how to protect your children online is very important. Now that our children are doing online learning and they're having to use computers, they're doing social media, we need to keep an oversight of what they're doing. And this session will help you to do that. Because I recognize it's sometimes difficult for parents. I mean, technology is changing so fast, it's hard to keep up with it. So please send the message out, get as many parents to come to that particular session. And then we're going to end on how to keep your children, young people safe in their community. So we're going to be looking at things about the knife crime, drug dealing, or just being scared about walking along the road, all those kind of things that may be happening. We're going to talk about that and give you some helpful tips just to keep them safe. Okay, before we end, I know that there were some comments. Gordon, is there anything on housing? I believe a lot of you have mentioned that you'd like support with housing. Just to let you know, we have heard and we see your comments around housing. The advice I would give you is to send an email to this address, which is strengthening.families@newham.gov.uk, with a little bit of the scenario that you're in around housing. We also did a session, the first session we did, which was around all the housing support you can get. We will send that to you. And I would encourage you to make contact with them first and see what support and advice they can give you around housing needs. Housing is a very difficult one, but I think you can get support if you just contact those people that we give you on the slides. If you want to join our WhatsApp group, which is called Brighter Future Parents, please let us know in the email that you would like to be part of that WhatsApp group. One is a group for parents, so you can share what's going on in your local area. It's been nice looking at it because you can see that parents are finding out things that I didn't even know about. And then I thought, oh, that's quite useful for me. So if you want to join that WhatsApp group, please do, just let us know. We add you to that group. Before we end today, you'll see that as soon as you click off the leave the meeting, feedback form will come up. Please take a couple of minutes just to complete the form. It's not very long, but every time you complete it, it provides us additional information about what you need for future sessions and if it's working. So please, it's really important for you to tell us anything about these workshops going forward. Just talking to my colleagues, is there any other notes or anything that's come into the chat that we could answer right now?
I think, sorry, Gazala, I think I was going to say housing is popped up a number of times, and I agree. We don't want to talk about individual issues here. Email Strengthening Families email address, and we will try to find you the right service. We won't be able to solve the problems. I wish we could solve all the problems, but we will try to identify the right service. In your email, please put a synopsis of your concerns, what you're worried about, and we will try to identify the right service and
Thank you.
signpost you to that service. Thank you.
Thank you. Gazala, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to add that children's centre activities during half term and holidays go up to the age of 8 years. So they are having their own activities programs as well. So on the links that we provided for the children's centres, or where parents can go to find, you know, their local children's centre, once they go on the children's centre page, they should also see the activity calendar for the children's centres as well. And the children's centres are also doing like coffee mornings for parents. It's I say coffee mornings because it's not, you know, we miss face-to-face, don't we? And it would be nice, but it's still a coffee morning to have a chat with other parents. If you're on your own, you're isolated, you know, just join the group, have a cold cup of tea, because it's cold outside, a nice warm cup of tea, and, you know, just have a chat with other parents in your local community as well.
Lovely. Thank you for that. Just to say that we have recorded these sessions and the previous sessions, and the ones that going forward, we'll be recording them, and you'll be able to find them. Actually, good point. You'll be able to find them on the Newham website under their YouTube channel. So if you Google Newham Council YouTube, it should direct you to that page. Keep on looking at it, because we'll be adding the videos there for you to have a look out or disseminate to other people as well. Okay, please check on YouTube. The other thing I would like you to do, if possible, if any of you on Twitter, any Twitterers out there, if you are on Twitter, can you please link to @CYPS Newham? Because that's another place where we send out a lot of information about what's going on. Okay, so we told you a lot today. Thank you so much for joining us. Lovely to see so many of you here today. I hope you have a lovely half term next week. It's not too stressful for you, but please join us next week, Thursday, same time, 4 to 5, for the Taking Care of Ourselves session. Before you all go, we are going to end on a lovely video to take you off into the weekend when we get there. But thank you, everybody. Thank you to the panelists. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
It's not the colour of our skin. It's the cultural reality of the world we live in. The cultural status of individual races creates a dynamic perspective on the way we see colour, rather than different cultural changes. We need to empower the power of one human race, as together we will be stronger to change the way the world sees race. It's not the continuous fight for one colour that should be shown. It's the fight for equality that should be the bone that holds us together as one, not fighting against each other as if race is a fun game to be won. We all bleed the same blood. We all live in the same world. Equality for all should be the main words.
Baby, baby, what you been eating? I think I know what make you feel good. How about a slice of food? So good that you can taste it. Baby, please don't you waste it. You just don't know how much I missed you. No need to wait now. I'm on my way now. When I get to you, baby, don't leave all that old stuff on the floor. We're gonna take off higher to heights you never seen before. And that's all say, woo! You can take a spin smooth, love in the room, in a cheap for bloom. And soon I'm coming for you. I'm coming to you, baby. I'm almost there. I'm coming for you. I ain't playing with it, baby. I'm almost there. Ain't no stopping me from getting to you, honey. I got so much love to give. Break it down. Some people, they don't understand how music can pull up and help the build the rain. It put color where others can't. Yeah, I'm almost there. When I get to you, don't leave all that old stuff on the floor. We're gonna take them higher, baby, to heights they never seen before. And that's all say, woo! 'Cause they can feel it too. And every part of the room in a G4 bloom. And soon I'm coming to you, baby, baby, baby. I'm almost there. I'm coming to you.
Thank you, everyone, and see you hopefully next week. Thanks and bye.